In nearby Indianapolis, former Camp Chesterfield medium Lamar Keene demonstrates the secrets of the seance room.
Good evening, friends of Earth. This is Dr. Charles Bailey. I'm the instrument in charge of the seance. It is a pleasure for me to meet you here today and to speak to you, that I might reveal the magnificent truth of spiritualism as we know it.
Let's have the lights on, please. We're actually in a hotel room, converted into a makeshift seance room. Think of how much more effective it would be in a real seance room with spiritual music, with prayer, with singing, and in a real atmosphere.
In this book, Keene confessed he'd always been a fake and explained how he hoodwinked sitters in trumpet seances.
Actually, in a real trumpet seance, what you would see would be this trumpet floating about the room. The spirit voice built within. The trumpet moving, perhaps landing in your lap, perhaps resting in the palms of your hand. You would see the luminous bands here, here, and here. You would feel the resonance of the trumpet from the voice apparently within, but actually what would be happening would be that I would be speaking through this trumpet, and the voice would be vibrating and bouncing from the other trumpet, making it resonate or vibrate.
He also revealed that there'd been a vast filing system kept in a secret vault under the cathedral. In it, they'd stored information filched from visitors during seances. Later, the sitters would be amazed at the medium's knowledge. With tricks like these, he'd done very well for himself.
As you'll have realized by now, I'm not very much impressed by the evidence. But here's a story, one of the very few, that makes me wonder.
During the war, Georgina Feeks was living in this house. Part of the family had emigrated to South Africa, and her cousin, Owen Howison, joined the army there. In 1944, he was killed in action. Soon afterwards, she claims, he appeared before her, rising from a ball of golden mist.
He said his tank had been hit, but he still felt very much alive. Would I please tell his mum, and please give his love to poor Helen.
Georgina says she was dumbstruck, but she wanted evidence.
And I tried to speak, although my lips were numb and frozen. I said, proof. Give me proof. And he said, watch. And to my amazement, he opened the top of his shirt and took out a beautiful blue flower, a penetrating perfume. It was very beautiful. It wasn't just a daisy stuck on top of a stalk. It was long and bell-like, orchid-like. Wonderful scent permeated the entire room. And while I stared in amazement, he put it back in his shirt, took it out and put it back and took it out. It's extraordinary behavior. And then he said, quite loudly, tell Mum, Table Mountain, and instantly shimmered and shook and it all went.
She wrote at once to Owen's mother. Back from her Aunt Beatrice in South Africa came this curious explanation.
Owen had one day gone up Table Mountain, something she was quite unable to do, and had picked one protected blue flower and brought it home hidden in his shirt.
The flower was a rare blue orchid that grows on Table Mountain. It was a criminal offence to pick one, and Owen had risked prison to bring it back to show her. Naturally, he was jumpy when he did so.
While he was showing it to her, the door slammed, and he hastily hid it again. But it was a false alarm, and he took the flower out, and she was able to examine it.
Georgina says she couldn't have known about the blue flower because her aunt had kept the story secret to protect Owen. His second appearance seemed to provide more evidence that Owen's spirit had survived his death.
The next time Owen appeared, again and always in golden mist, he reproached me bitterly for not having contacted Helen. And I was very distressed about this because I had tried. And his mother had been through all his correspondence. There was no letter signed Helen or even an abbreviation for Helen.
But there had been a Helen in Owen's life. He'd written her romantic letters and poems. She contacted the family when she saw the story of the blue orchid in the newspapers. Otherwise, they might never have known. So could Owen Howison really have returned from beyond the grave?
There's no doubt that spiritualists get great comfort from their beliefs, and who would wish to rob them of that? But personally, I remain a skeptic. Will we ever know the truth until we join these dead?
Jurassica follows in just a moment on Discovery with evidence of the largest dinosaurs ever.